All right. Ooh, move this a bit. Hold on. There we go. I've not seen this one yet. I've not. Maybe it's only because we're in the third one. But again, who knows, right? But with that, continuing on with this. And right, don't really know what to say. Again, we are at this point, right? Where again, Sayori and Sam, right, came over. Ultimately, at least Sayori at the request of Jeremy to not only drop off his homework, but also kind of mediate between them. Because Jeremy must know that obviously, even though Michael kind of has a disdain or distaste for him, just based on the way Sayori is, right? It's kind of hard to hate a girl like that. Like, let's be honest, you know, especially since she brought Sam, given that they're childhood friends, right? But again, the big thing there being that, and I think what we gain is that Jeremy believes in Michael's innocence, and knows Kai's behind. Like, that's like the MC is honestly, despite the fact that this thing happened, he's in a really good position right now. And again, but that kind of leads into this to where, with the people he has left, right, he's kind of opening up to them more, right? Again, the only person who knows about his parents' divorce and is Shiro, right? But that was just kind of because he was nosy. But Michael, the MC, right, is genuinely kind of opening up. And again, actually giving not just, Sam and Sierra, right, but also us backstory on what happened. Because it was something we had kind of, I don't want to say ignored, but didn't really think about. I guess similar to like loose guys in that sense. But it's interesting now that we're getting this, right? So again, throw that there. So I mean, and again, but there had to have been something else more specific because we do know his mom is kind of a disdain for his dad, like something that seemingly runs deeper than just, you know, let's see. Yeah, that's why it's like, I mean, but that's, that's kind of, and this is something, I say I'm lucky in the sense that for as much as, for the issues that my mother has, right? I will say that my parents, have had a stable relationship, right? We had a stable home life. That I will say we did have, right? Something where in situations like these though, where, even if it's more of a mutual thing, right? And it's not like a definitive, like, oh, something terrible happened, right? Even though it's a mutual thing, it still, has an impact, right? And, still has an effect there. So, and again, we know, funny enough, Din Ava, we have zero idea who that is. But I was gonna say, I don't know if we're ever gonna get close enough to Sayori to where we learn about her issues, but assuming that all the characters still have their like canon, problems, right? It makes sense why Sayori would be that way. So Ravenhill, Jesus Christ. Hey. I was about to say, no, she's let's see. Why the bruh? Let's see. All right, but what happened? Yeah, dude. Let's see. And again, but that's and this explains how Jeremy kind of swooped in, right? So, bruh, Kai. So But here's the thing, and this is what makes this interesting because ultimately it seems as though Jeremy had a falling out with Kai, right? So even though Kai had pulled whatever smear campaign against Ava, in order to put Jeremy in, which is interesting because Sayori was the one who ultimately vouched for Jeremy. Again, it's interesting that now they're not really on great terms since Jeremy had been elected, right? So, but what actually, happened? Like that still doesn't answer the question of, what came to light, right? Like, but we don't know what happened. Like, kind of Jeremy, but again, the thing is, but Sayori, and this is what's interesting. Not only do we know Jeremy and Kai had a falling out, right, which the MC himself knows, but also the fact that Sayori vouched. So again, there's some very interesting kind of dynamics going on, right? So, and again, but also because we still don't know what happened. Like that's the thing, we still don't know what happened. It never actually told us. So let's see. Yeah, to be fair, the MC, kind of shot himself in the foot ever since he spent that time with Shiro, right? So we finally here. And I'm pretty sure this is the background in New Eyes. So, and again, Sam needs the break. Again, we still don't know what her specific medical condition is, but we do know that it is something, right? Definitive. So, all right, but because Sayori, I have no doubt Sayori knows about Sam's condition, but ultimately we don't, right? So, and again, that's why it's like, especially since it's seemingly like a genetic thing since she had it at birth, right? So, stupid ass fucking question. You invited him on the fucking what? Dumbass fucking question. I'm not even gonna lie. This is a stupid fucking question. I mean, if that's the case, right? His intentions are to, date her, right? Or at least become closer with her. Why do you ask? Like, yeah, dude, this is literally what I said. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? What are my intentions? You invited me, dumbass. Like, to be fair, she does bring up a point because obviously this is what she's kind of getting at. Let's see. The point, and we know what's like. Listen, because some people are going to say Theodore's being an asshole here. However, there is some, validity because at the end of the day, right, she is close friends with Sam. But basically, what's going on here, what she's trying to get at is the MC is on much better terms with Sam, who likely Sam has talked to Sayori with about, right? Then the MC and Sayori, given what he views to believe as her conspiring with Jeremy and Kai. But again, what she's trying to get at here is what is his intentions with Sam, right? What do more so what does he want them to be, right? You know, I feel like the assumption is always, romantic, right? Which may or may not be true, but Sayori's not really being an asshole here. Like, again, I don't know why my seer keeps going off, but she's just more so, I guess, trying to clear the air, right? Or get some transparency there. And again, that's why it's like, it's not necessarily like she had to, specify, right? Like with Sam, and like again, that's why it's like Sora even mentioned that. So, because it's like at the end of the day, it's not like she's trying to fucking cock block him. It's more so like given the nature of everything, right? It's like, all right, she's just trying to validate that he's not doing anything crazy, right? Or stupid. So, and like the MC is being completely transparent and honest here. Like, this is the best answer it can give because it's like, you know, like she's actually a decent fucking friend. She's not a Shiro. She's not a Kayla and Ruby, right? She's not, a Charlotte. She's not like she's not any of these figures and characters that we've seen who are just again, bring attention, right? And ultimately just act out, Like she's actually someone who he's kind of on the same wavelength with in terms of they just want, that peaceful life, right? So Yoshikage here, oh my god, but so but it's also like again, it's more so I've no doubt having to deal with the medical condition. So and again, that's why it's like and Sayori needs to choose her words carefully, depending on how much he wants to lead on. So and again, that's why. Listen, I feel like the okay. To be fair, the MC is kind of stupid. I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna say the MC's not an idiot, but he is kind of stupid. He already knows or has some insight into her medical conditions, right? Again, so kind of the thing there with that, right, is it's like, all right, just again, we'll see, but like he has some insight into that already. So but it's also like, all right, the MC is kind of fucking stupid. He's kind of brain dead. But like we know as the player, ultimately what she's referring to there, right? So I mean, you don't need some tragic backstory. I don't have a tragic backstory. Like, and I just live life. Like I don't you don't need a backstory. Like I feel like people like are so want to like people care too much about like or like it's not about what people do, it's about where people came from. Like people too care too much about their origin. They have too much, they let it hold them back. They let it tie them down, right? That's good for you though. Like the world needs more people like that, right? So where the fuck did she come from? I thought she was fucking drinking water. Like, fucking genius, bro. Sam's actually like fucking 200 IQ. Like, put what up? Bro, dude, I swear to God, my dumbass thought that was a fucking weed plant or whatever they fucking call it. Hey, kind of facts though. Fucking facts. Like beanies, I swear to God, especially someone with like shorter hair, like clutch. Also, I love how they fucking made a model for that too, right? See. And this was in, I swear to God, I don't remember the mod. I'm pretty sure it was either Encore or an hour moment with you. So and again, maybe because she thought she wouldn't be, physically able to, right, get back up here again. So Yeah, and again, given that who knows how much longer she's gonna have this. I feel like that's the big question. So, I mean, all right, I'm about to go on a massive fucking tangent. I'm about to go on a massive fucking tangent here because this is a pretty loaded question. Of course, I need to fucking interrupt every like two lines of dialogue to get my spiel. In case you didn't know, I'm more open about this now than I was, but I talk about more just because, like, as if I get like that many views, right? But like, if you didn't know, I'm in the military, right? I'm not special operations or anything crazy like that. I'm just your average dude. And I have thought about this a lot, because at the end of the day, what it came down to, and part of my reason for joining, Jesus Christ, holy crap, I can't fucking speak. Part of the reason for joining was just idealizing, doing what was ideal and optimal based on my situation. Like, I have no doubt that I'm on the correct path in terms of just maximizing what I've got, right? However, if things that went in, I think a particularly defining moment for me was getting held back in high school. Not held back a grade, but being held back in terms of class level, like being dropped to just the like standard, common what would you call it, college prep, like core level classes. Because I like think about it sometimes. Like I've thought experiments where like if I stayed in the like advanced or accelerated track, right, or path or classes, I think like, all right, chances are if I would have stayed, I would have been more invested in my education, right? Would have tried harder in high school. Chances are I wouldn't have put as much time, like, I wouldn't have been a three-sport athlete because, I still would have done running, but maybe not wrestling, because ultimately I'm putting more into my classes. And, it was also kind of a thing of, you know, part of the reason why I was able to do the whole three sports was because again, I was just in those core level classes. And then, maybe that leads to me not doing the activities I did in college or going to, college for a different major, just a completely different college altogether. So for me, and part of the big thing is like if that had never happened, I think in high school, like I just think about how granted, it's quite possible I could have just ended up going down the same path, but it's quite possible I could be in a very different point in life. But at the end of the day, there's like at the end of the day, right? It's something to where it's like, there's no point in thinking about it because it's something that didn't happen, right? You don't want that to like hold you back, right? Like you just gotta kind of let go of those reservations, right? And move on. So, but also like I will say I'm not gonna compare my sort of issues to Sam, right? Because again, for her, she has whatever medical condition, right? That's severely impacting her life compared to that of a normal person, right? So, hey, good for these two. Good for these two. I will say this makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I don't know why it didn't click for me, but but again, this is something I talk about. You got to make do with the hands and with the hand and cards you were given and dealt, right? Like that's just kind of the reality of the situation. So, but also like the MC's not okay. The MC's kind of an idiot, right? I don't know what to say. He's kind of a fucking idiot. Um, Clearly, I feel like any person would know that this is relating to whatever medical condition, but the MC, it just takes them a few more. It takes them a bit longer to realize, right? So it's like imagine being blind for someone like you or me who can see, you know. But compare that to someone who's always been blind, right? I mean, like, that's just life for them, you know? And again, like, I feel like the MC, he needs to start connecting the dots. Otherwise, I'm genuinely concerned for his, uh, mental capacity, right? But shut the fuck up, dude. I swear to God. Like, you're gonna make her like. Granted, we don't know, right? We can assume and fill in the gaps, But if we're gonna learn specifically, that's not too bad either. So she's fucking she's a Wally from ORES, or Basil, right? But it's like, and this is the thing, right? Because here's the thing. I talk about don't dog on the 9 to 5, right? And that's partially due to my current, line of work, right? But it's also like you do so like I've done some pretty crazy things. Like what's the craziest thing and this isn't even like me being special operations. This is like me being an average guy in the military. What's the craziest thing I've done? I'd say compared to the average, I've been through a gas chamber. That was pretty cool. And like we took off the mask and that shit better not have been. I don't think it was because this was like years ago. And also, I got to shoot an automatic grenade launcher. Though those are two pretty cool things that like 99+% of people aren't able to do. Grant, I guess that doesn't really have to deal with purpose, right? But it's just like some crazy stuff that I'm like, all right, if I had never done this, I would have never been able to do it. So, but you know, again, right? But like granted, hours suck too, right? That's why I say don't dog on the 9 to 5. But also, it's kind of like that's the other way of looking at it, to where like because chances are someone who's working 9 to 5 right now might feel very unfulfilled and may look at someone like me, what I do, right? It's like, oh man, I wish like I were in his shoes. I'd do like it'd be so much more meaningful. But then me, I'm looking at them, I'm like, damn, I wish I had some fucking consistency and not doing like stupid bullshit, right? So, and again, like, but also like that's kind of the reality because it's like I'm what 23 years old. I've got what Lord knows how many years ahead of me. Like, part of this is gonna sound crazy. That's part of the reason I don't kill myself. Is like that sounds absolutely fucking crazy. It's just because it's like I've still got my whole life, right? Like I'm like I want to see it out to the end. Like I want to see like all right, what's gonna be like when I'm 50? When I'm twice my age, right? Where am I gonna be then? So uh, and again, right? And we don't know specifically what she has. But again, she brings up a good point here. Yeah, make do with what you got, right? So, but also it's because she just needs someone to help her out with that. That's really what it comes down to make her enjoy that and that's seemingly what Michael is in this situation, if not, Sayori, who she already has, right? So, damn, yeah, holy crap, dude. All right, she's getting really fucking deep. But I'm gonna say again, that's why it's like most people regret things they don't do, not things they do, unless they do something fucking crazy or stupid. Most people regret things they don't do. It's like, oh man, I wish I would have done this. Oh, I wish I would have done that, right? That's just kind of the nature of it. So, but it's also like, don't let other people like influence, mm, what you believe needs to be part of a fulfilled life, right? That's something, fucking like, kind of completely getting sidetracked yet again. Part of the reason I actually hate like, hustle culture, or like what would you call it? Like the culture of grind is like people try to define what it means to be like successful, or what can make you happy or proud or give you a fulfilling life. Like, people try to say like, oh, you need to do it like it's literally, up for like that's individual, interpretation, right? Like you don't need to let other people define that for you. So but that's all right. But again, the MC's also fucking stupid. So he doesn't realize it's probably like, you know, and again, right? But this is all right. The MC's actually a fucking dumbass, bro. Dude, the MC, I swear to God, least like he has to have an IQ below 80. Like, kind of facts, because here's what I'll say, right? There was a period of 3 months last year where I was getting paid to basically do nothing. I just chilled on my own time, and then during the weekends I'd meet up with buddies. I know my dad, like, because I talked with him about it. I was kind of gaming the system in terms of my job, right? But my dad was like, damn, I don't understand how you can do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm literally getting paid to like chill. Like, you know, like I'm working now, but it's like, like you don't need to be like constantly, on the grind, right? So, hey, give me this artwork, bro. Let's see. Hey, hey, it's good on these three. So, is this all right? I'm guessing this is the end of the part or the episode. This was what episode 11, I believe. It's 11, 12, and 13 from this arc. Hey, that was a good moment between those three. Honestly, yeah, I'm really liking the direction they're going with it. This is what we've been kind of waiting this whole game, right? Ever since, the very first moment when we first saw Sam walk into the room, it's like, all right, buddy. Like we saw the MC, like look at it's like, all right, dude. Like, oh, but yeah, again, right? Just finally glad we're kind of getting to this now. So, hey, and Sam has to be someone in real life. Like, there's no way that Sam in game isn't representative of someone in real life that has some sort of relation to Spaghetto or someone on the team. There's no way. So, hey, also, Sayori's room is clean as fuck. Not even gonna lie. Like, just like obviously, normally it's messy and dirty, but you know, yeah, like this is a neat ass room. Like, because again, and again, hold on, what did because yeah, obviously we know how Michael and Sayori originally, got introduced, right? But and hold on, are we gonna finally because obviously now it's just these two, right? Are we gonna finally get like more insight into what her actual condition is? So I mean, I figured like even if you didn't want to like try to help clear it, like you were still on his like simply being on his side, or I guess believing him and being friends with him is honestly more than enough. Like the whole clearing in the name thing, like all right, to be fair, like Kai had personal beef with Charlotte that like it the feud goes back years, right? That Sayori nor Sam knows about, right? And especially given their relation with Monica, seemingly Michael would be hesitant to fuck with them. So, oh yeah, because they're neighbors, right? Nearly forgot. Hey, yeah, because hold on, didn't we have? All right, never mind. For whatever reason, I thought there was a piece of artwork. I think there was, and I just forgot to save it. Um, but again, so let's see. Dueling Hearts. I forgot. Bruh, Matt, what I'm and again, this is the in a again, so let's see. Hold on, episode 12. Tug of War. Let's see, right? Again, I'm still curious to see how all this is gonna play out. So all right, bro, get this fat ass off my fucking screen. I don't want to see this man. I don't give a damn what he's doing. Like, who did he text? Charlotte? Oh, it has to be Charlotte, right? Jer What? Like, what did Jeremy say? We don't know what he said with Jeremy. Like, hold on. What the fuck? Oh, this has to be about Charlotte. I mean, the fact that Jeremy's even fucking speaking with Shiro, right? It has to be about Charlotte, right? So, and again, right? He's breaking the news to Shiro about Charlotte, right? So, and again, like Jeremy, because like obviously, Jeremy or at least Kai at the end of the day, was the one who got Jeremy. But funny enough, it seems as though even though he kind of propped him up there, he's had kind of a falling down. Jeremy does, kind of, have some empathy towards the MC and Shiro, right? Like I think that's kind of, I guess, like funny to think about there, but just something to point out, right? So but also, like, I don't feel bad for this man at all because he's the one who started this entire thing. Like, but also to be fair, Kai 100% did cross. Like, he literally, what he did was literally illegal and criminal. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. Up until this point, it's all been, with the exception of the drugs and shoplifting that got mentioned, with the exception of those two, it's all been just, more just like social games, right? But this is unironically illegal and criminal. Like, but also Shiro kind of has no one to blame by himself, given that he kind of started this whole feud with Kai. So, bitch, what the fuck is going? One, she's not fucking dead, right? What the hell is hallucination? Like, bitch, is this a dream? Bro, she's not fucking dead. Like, what the hell? She's not dead. Like, get this shit out of here. This has to be a dream, bro. Get this shit out of here, dog. Like, so get this shit out of here. Bro, it's Kai, bro. Yuri, bitch, where the fuck did she come from? Bro, dude's hallucinating, dog. He's like, what the hell? Oh, And honestly, I might just save it here. But what I will say is because obviously you don't overwrite that one because we don't see what happened. We know ultimately she was taken in right to the hospital due to her kind of I guess panic attack, right? We know even before the incident, right? She kind of dealt with those, but especially given what had happened, right? Dealing with her the panic attack there, right? That being something tangible that affected her. Again, she's not dead, right? But obviously, Shiro, at the end of the day, blames himself for putting her in harm's way. Grant, like again, and I still can't emphasize enough what Kai did. 100% crossed the line and made him irredeemable in my eyes. But like Shiro, again, just simply based on who he is, right? Like again, he's going to blame himself, and he does actually have some part in it. You know, again, right? With the big thing there being that, yeah, what we kind of see here though is again, like him kind of, I guess, because it's not even necessarily like the part he has in it is that fucking he started this whole feud with Kai however many years ago, right? But now it's more so he blames himself for getting Charlotte in this situation, right? So again, that's just something though I want to point out there and bring up because it is something to where it's like, yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, you know, I don't know if we're gonna see it like I mean, I want to say because I think I know what's gonna happen if it's gonna be they take down Kai, everyone lives happily ever after the end, right? But that's maybe not, and again, the question there then is what's gonna happen with Charlotte? Is she gonna come back? Is she good? I highly doubt she's gonna die, right? But again, kind of beyond that, just who knows there, right? Who knows? And again, I'm really liking this mod now. There was a period that pissed me the fuck off during the investigation arc, but I really am liking the mod now, especially since we're getting more time with these two. But again, with that, I don't really have anything else to say for this one. So, yep, that's it for this one. See you in the next one.